Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my investment into GameStop and really what happened. I can't believe it's been a year. I mean, almost a year. I started to buy GameStop shares a little too late, to be honest, because last year was when Roaring Kitty randomly made a comeback after years of not doing live streams and not making any sounds on Twitter. X, I mean. And he came back with, like, one meme, and the stock shot up from, like, $10 for the longest time to, like, I think after hours over 70 or 80 or something like that, and, of course, I did not buy it at 10. I wish I did. And, yeah, that was last year. So I bought it kind of while it was fluctuating, what I thought was a cheap price, but then it obviously went to an even cheaper price. But I'll tell you, my average right now is about $25. So I've been through the ringer. If you think about the whole last year, at some points it was like back down to like $19, $21. So it's been pretty crazy. But I'm just gonna share with you, yeah, like I was looking at my history on GameStop today and I'm like, man, this is nuts. It's just so crazy. It's just such a crazy stock. I have no idea what the future is. Again, never financial advice on my channel, entertainment purposes only. If you enjoy my videos or not, please smash the like button just because it helps the algorithm and you want to be a nice person. Thanks. And also check out my second channel because I'm crazy and I decided that one channel posting 15 videos here a day apparently is not enough for me. And I went and created another one. So if you enjoy my random videos, it's just going to get even weirder over there because I feel like I have so many categories over here. I probably have 20 something playlists, maybe more. I don't even know anymore. Um, but yeah, on the second channel, there's like 3 playlists, I think, right now. And I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of live streams like this, except even less senseful. It'll make less sense over here. I mean, over there, because I think here it's like, okay, I come up with the title, I know what I'm talking about, and I have to put it in a specific playlist. But once I'm done over here, as you can see pinned to the top of the stream, Spam Masubi Boo Boo, that's my second channel. Please subscribe and make sure to like and check out the videos that are already there. You could see parts of my life before I decided to do this YouTube thing because I decided to post videos that I had in my USBs before I decided to do YouTube. So it's kind of like exposing my old videos when I didn't even think I was gonna like post it publicly. Anyways, so I'm gonna go over there and when I'm done here. Yeah, let's like just dive into it. I'm really bad at like screen sharing, or I tried with like another system and it just doesn't really work out for me. And I don't want like to share my actual screen with you guys in case something personal pops up and I'm like, I don't want to share that with the internet. So I mean, I guess I could try to show it to you on my phone too. You can kind of see. Hold on. This is a bad idea holding this. I mean, you could probably hear me through the mic even if I didn't hold this. Oh my God. Crypto just keeps on dropping. What a crazy day. Like, we had, was it less than like 3 days? It's been like less than 3 days since Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of 100 and almost 12,000, but it went to 111,900 something, at least on Robinhood for Bitcoin. And of course, Trump decides to talk about tariffs once again. I mean, there's just a lot going on with like, there's a lawsuit right now. I don't know. I don't know if he just doesn't really like Harvard, but anyways, right now, the administration is trying to stop Harvard from enrolling international students, which I think is like about a quarter of Harvard students or something like that. And yeah, and then now Harvard I saw is trying to sue right back. And I think the courts put a stop on it, so I think right now Harvard can still bring in international students, but that's just wild. Imagine studying your whole entire life, like, I don't know, in another country, and you just want like your whole entire hopes and dream is to be like studying in Harvard. Now this is happening. That sucks. Okay. So, yeah, anyways, crypto is dropping right now because apparently he's going to increase tariffs. Is it is it in the UK or something? And then also I heard that there's a possible tariff hike on Apple, like if they want to make Apple iPhones outside of America, which we know they do because it says it's made in China, except it's designed in California on the box. So I don't know what's happening with that, but I don't think that went well with the stock market because SPY is down. NASDAQ is surprisingly up by a little bit, but most of the other indexes are down today. Crypto is obviously down. I don't know if we could just say that that's Trump, but maybe it is. Maybe it's not. And then we also know that FOMC meetings are coming up. I think June there is one, July there is one, and September. And just from all the many podcasts and finance stuff that I watch, people are saying, speculating that there's going to be at least one rate cut, like before the end of this year. I hope there's more, just because most people say, and again, I don't know, but most people are saying that with rate cuts, we should see the market go up, stock market go higher, and hopefully the crypto market. But honestly, who knows anymore? I feel like this is just so Trump just has such a say in like how the market goes. And I've been saying this in the beginning that even though I have no idea what his end goal is, but I just don't think he is here to like destroy the market and be known as a president to like destroy the market. So hopefully the market's not going to be wrecked in the entirety of the 4 years that he's president. But maybe I'm wrong and he doesn't care about the stock market. But then again, I feel like he really does because he's friends with rich people, and rich people by the likes of Elon Musk. CEOs got to get paid. And if the stock's down, then they're not going to be paid as much. So I don't know. I usually just think of everything as could be explained with money. So I'm not that worried. I'm not worried about a war between China and America until like Apple fully pulls out of all of their Apple stores in like China or something, which has yet to occur. Okay, I'll just go back. This is kind of like my history. Hold on. I'll try to show you guys. Where are you? Sorry, I wasn't really looking at the chat. Just looking at my phone. Where are you? Okay. There you are. I have too many tabs open. Hello. Okay. So we'll go from the beginning because like I have different trading portfolios, but Robinhood's like the funniest one because remember when Robinhood back in 2021 stopped our buy buttons? Wait, no. Was it a buy button or a sell button? You could sell, but you couldn't buy. Yes, that was what was happening for GameStop. So for GameStop, I started to buy. I think my first purchase, at least on Robinhood, I was trading a lot on Webull at the time too. Like call options for AMC and GME. I was just like deeply into the rabbit hole at the time, just trying to make a quick buck. This is like before Dogecoin shot up on like January 27 or 28, I forgot. But January 26, check it out. That's when GameStop, I don't know if this is, okay, this is is this pre-split? I think this is like their split. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can see here that I made one of my first purchases for GameStop, at least that I have a record of, on January 26, 2021 at the price of $89.86. I paid $10,000 and I bought about 117 shares. And then I sold it right away as it was shooting up to 121. And then I made like a quick almost $4,000, right? Like that's what happened afterwards. See, if I scroll down, there is no more because that was like my first big like GameStop purchase on Robinhood. And then I just went and did a whole bunch of other crazy stuff, and it just keeps on going. Because I'm just like, I keep saying that I'm gonna quit GameStop, and GameStop's the thing that I guess never really ended up quitting, and only got bigger and bigger into it and deeper into it. Because after I sold and I made that money on January 26th, I ended up buying at $334 a share. As you can see on January 27. Oh my God, it's like wild to look at this. See, you can see I sold over here, made a little bit of money, but apparently I was still greedy and I'm like, let me go make more money. This is easy money, which it was not. And I bought 20 shares at $334, at the $321, $338. This is all January 27. And I tried to do a sell, but then I canceled it. I canceled my limit sell. I always like do these limit sells, and I feel like rarely ever does my limit sales ever go through because I'm just like, I feel like I just either get more greedy with it and I'm like, oh, do I really want to limit sell it? No, I'm not going to limit sell it. And I just don't end up limit selling. Then I end up buying more. 9 more shares at 333. This is just insane. And then I was like, am I going to limit sell? No, I don't limit sell. And then I bought more at $306. Of course, at the end of all of this, because remember when they stopped, was it the sell button or the buy button? When they stopped your buy buttons, I think everything started to crash, right? That's when everybody like was hating on Robinhood. I actually still defended them. I was like, they're saying that something's with the clearinghouse. And it wasn't just Robinhood to just be real here. I had Webull at the same time, and there were other people on like Fidelity and all these other apps. And basically all the brokerages stopped the buy button on GameStop. So everything came crashing down during that time. And then I ended up selling and losing money. So I remember specifically in 2021, I just lost a ton of money because you just saw me like making all those purchases, right? So like all those purchases, January 27, 300 something dollars, 333 something dollars. And then bam, 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 cancel. And I waited. Everything dropped. Everything fell apart. And by May, I gave up on it and I sold all my, I guess, 56 shares at only $160. So if you calculate, I didn't make money. I lost money because I sold 56 shares at $160 and I got back $8,900. But I had paid, let's try to add it up here. On January 27, I bought about 7,000, 6,000, 13,000, 14, 15,000, 18,000 at least. Okay, so I basically put in 18 grand and then I got back 8,000. So I was down $10,000 on GameStop, which to me now seems like a small number because I remember at the time, like this is before I ever hit like I don't have $1 million even in my portfolio right now because I wish I traded better. But this is pre like Dogecoin going up to the moon and all crypto back in 2021 and all these stock options and all these things that I had. So at one point my portfolio hit like 2.6 mil. And this is before it. So when I lost $10,000, I was like, oh my good Lord. Like I was so messed up from it that now looking back, it seems like whatever. Like I've lost way more than that, like through these couple of years, right? Like from 2021 to 2025, I have experienced crazy ups and downs in my portfolio that like $10,000 seems like nothing. Even losing $100,000 to me is like, right? So then it's just so crazy because now when I look back at it, I like falsely ended up remembering throughout the years until now I look at this and I'm like, oh, I guess I only really lost like 10,000. But I remember recalling losing a lot more money. So I remember thinking back to how much money I lost on GameStop in 2021 in like 2022 or 2023. And I remember thinking like it was like 50 grand or something, or it was like a lot more money, or at least $20,000, $30,000. Because I think I just like correlated to like a huge amount. So it's just wild that I guess it wasn't even that bad. But that moment is like the catalyst of why I ended up putting like a total of around $50,000 into Dogecoin at under 2 cents the day after. Like the day after they stopped the buy button is pretty much when I did that. So I guess everything worked out for me in a sense because I was like so mad at the whole entire GameStop buy button destruction situation with like AMC and everything. But anyways, that's not where the story ends because after I sold it, so as you can see, after I sold it in let's see here, that was 2021, I kind of stopped and I kind of didn't touch GameStop for a while. So that was, this just makes me laugh. So 2021, I sold it at a loss, right? Then I didn't get into it until like over a year later. I don't know what got into me and I just bought and sold. It was like a quick, I guess I was just playing around with it and just like bought it for 400, sold it for 515. I don't even know what I was doing because I was barely making any money. That was 2022. So even though I had like sworn I would never do this, I would never like touch GameStop again, I did, but only $500. So it wasn't even that bad. But at that time, it shows GameStop at like 122. Again, I don't know if this is after. Do they do a split even? I don't even know. See, I can't even follow. I don't even remember. But then I stopped. Then I actually did not touch GameStop for about 2 years until Roy and Kitty came back in 2024. Because you can see the gap here. So sold for a loss in 2021, did not touch it until like just literally for jokes on 2022. And then I only bought back into GameStop after Roy and Kitty came back also just for like jokes. But I put in like 1,000, 2,000. See, I was buying over there in May of last year. So I bought, but then I ended up selling, luckily for a gain. So that's when I think Roaring Kitty came back. I was like, oh, let's just do this. Let's buy some GameStop shares. I bought it at like 21. Hold on. And then I ended up selling, let's see here. So bought, those are the dates, June, May, and I was like $21, $27. And then I had sold it all the ones that I bought at $46 for 15,000. So over there at that point in time, I guess I had made back almost $5,000. Like just in the short span of that May to June, when Roaring Kitty came back, I had bought and sold quickly and made like $5,000. So if you think about it, I was still down. I was still down by like at least $5,000 because back in 2021, I had lost like $10,000, right? So then, give or take, I still was down at about like, I think $5,000, something like that. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I did make money in the beginning. Oh, wait, never mind. If you calculate like the first time I bought 10 and then sold at 14, I guess I did make money. So you know what? I actually broke even literally by the beginning of June last year once I sold at $46. But then guess what? Then I just got nuts and just started buying more. So then I end up buying all these June 7th. And mind you, GameStop had to make their, and obviously like I'm a nobody. Like, whatever. It's not like sometimes I feel like when we trade, you're like, oh my God, the stock is going down because I bought it. Like, you feel like everything's attacking you, but like nobody cares. I just feel personally attacked that I, as you can see, started buying more after my last sell, which kind of brought me up to even in my like saga of GameStop. I basically was never down anymore. I was just like broke even in my entire history of buying GameStop. And this is not even including like my other portfolios. I think on like Webull, I was doing AMC call options and GameStop at the same time. So I don't even know if I was up or down anymore. I was always up on AMC actually, because I bought call options during the pandemic when it was low. But I could have been making a lot more had I not sold those call options so early. But basically, I was just I broke even when Roaring Kitty came back. Like from my decision to like buy, which was also risky because like nobody knew which way it was going to go. But then like June 7th, I was like, oh my God, let me like start buying more. And when is GameStop's next earnings call? I believe it's June, but not until after all of mine turns. Oh, this is happening June 6th. Okay. So expected on their EPS is expected on 6/6. And I started buying on June 7th, like a lot more. And then I kept buying all the way till like June 20th or something. So now I'm at this position where like a lot's happening. Like GameStop is moving up and I'm happy about that. But it's like it could either be going up, 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 up all the way right before their earnings call, or going higher after their like during their earnings call. But a lot of the times, at least I find in my luck, is that after the earnings call, things start to drop. So then I'm now in this phase where I'm like, okay, I'm really happy. I bought a bunch of GameStop shares and I held it since June of last year. So it's almost a year for me now. And I held all these shares and I was selling call options on it. So literally being credited like a bunch of money. I think around $50,000 I've already received from selling call options on all of my GameStop shares. But those are realized, of course, because once you sell a call option, you get the money right away. And if it doesn't execute, it executed one time for me, but most of the times it did not execute. So overall, I made about 50,000 while I was in the waiting period. While GameStop at one point, when my average was 25, it dropped to like 19. So it looked like I was in the negative, but I was still making money. But yeah, it was like a whole year of this, of just diamond handing it. And now it's finally in the green. So basically, together with the realized gains from selling call options on GameStop and my unrealized gains, I am more than $100,000 up in total. but I'm not selling it right now because I like to wait for long-term capital gains, but it's just such a dilemma because I'm like, this could be again like one of those situations with Dogecoin, with crypto, where I was like, "Oh, I bought it in January. Oh my god, do I really wanna sell it in May when it was 75 cents and I had bought it under like 2 cents, under 1 cent for some of the coins?" And I'm like, and that really messed with me. And then I made the wrong decision because I was like, I didn't sell at 75 cents because I'm like, "Oh, the taxes," because I'm in California. So that'll be basically give or take 50% gone. And I'm like, "Oh man, $2 million, 50% gone. Like I'm only gonna have like a million something. Like that sucks." And then it crashed down. And then I was like, "Wait, that's a terrible idea." I basically allowed taxes to stop me. Like because I didn't want to pay 50%, I was like, "Oh, if I hold it for 365 days plus, then I don't have to pay as much taxes." So it's literally because of this stupidity of mine, one of the reasons, and also I was just greedy and I wanted Dogecoin to hit like over $1, $2, $3, and I still do to this day. But it was because of that in 2021 that I really feel like I missed the boat, and it is a life-changing amount of money. So I feel like I would be an entire I mean, I'll be the same person as I am today, to be honest, but I feel like I would have felt like I'm better at trading had I sold when people told me to sell, like my dad and some of you guys on the internet. Of course, there was a bunch of people on live streams that was like, "Don't sell, diamond handed forever," because of course they want people to hold the line while they sell. Um, but I didn't think about that at the time. Now I do. Um, and yeah, so now like with GameStop, it's funny. I feel like I'm reliving the same situation. So I'm just praying, even though praying doesn't work in the stock market. I'm praying that by June 6th, even on the way towards the earnings, hopefully we get some massively great news and GameStop just goes to the moon, goes back up to like, I don't know, $60, $80, and I can try to make the decision to sell. Or if I don't sell, I hope the best scenario is that after earnings, so after June 6th, I pretty much have to wait because my last big purchase on GameStop was like June 20th or something. I have to hope that after June 20th, after all my shares of GameStop pretty much hit 365 days plus, um, that it goes to the moon then, and then I could sell and just live happily ever after. Even though that is so stupid and most likely not gonna go that way. Hi there, Raw Food, Kenny, Lewis Galvis, You Finder, Slane. Welcome, guys. Always happy to see you here. DJ Larbuck. Um, sorry, let me read some what you guys were saying. GME to the moon. It's time. I mean, it's not to the moon now. We have gone to the 30s range. It's just been so crazy with GameStop. Like in the past year, it has stayed around the $20 range, moved up multiple times to like 29, 28, and then quickly will just collapse back down to like the 22, 24, $25 range. So I don't know what Roaring Kitty's doing. I don't know if this man's coming back like ever because his last tweet, I've been following his ex constantly. I mean, I'll check in on it like every other month or every couple of weeks whenever I think about it. And at first I was like, and again, I still don't know what he's doing. Okay. I don't understand it. I'm not even good at trading. Like I feel like I only know what I know, a few things of how to trade. And although that is probably more than majority of Americans in the world, the 300 million Americans where most people don't actually day trade or swing trade or whatever, or trade options. I'm just keeping with what I know, but I know like 1% of what is out there. Like I probably know 1% of what Roaring Kitty knows. So I don't know what he's doing, but if he is also selling call options, I don't know if that's something that people can track of him, but if he is also selling call options the way that I was selling call options at my slow, low scale of being a tiny little, like smaller than a shrimp situation in the world of GameStop, I think he's making, like, mad money. Like, if he if I could do it and not be pushed to execute my sell call options in the whole year, except for the one time, and I'm ready for that amount. It wasn't, like, a huge amount, because I bought, like, a fresh new, amount of GameStop around April of this year, and then I put that amount on a sell call option, and then it actually executed, and I was like, "Oh my god, this has never happened before." And it sold, but at a price where I was making money, so I was fine with it, and then therefore it kind of didn't really make me any money, because to me, I feel like I'm making money when I do this cover calls and I'm just getting the credit, getting paid the premium for it, and then it doesn't actually execute. In my mind, that's when I'm making money. So when I get executed, I don't even know if that's, am I saying that right? When I get executed, when I am forced to actually sell my GameStop shares, that kind of pisses me off because I'm like, wait, dude, that's not what I wanted. But anyways, if I think that maybe Roaring Kitty is doing this, let me know if you understand what I'm saying, and if you think he's also doing the same thing. I'm not sure if he's doing the same thing. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's not liquidated. No, it is executed, exercised. Wait, it's exercised. It's not oh my god, I love the internet. This will forever live on the, I am so excited to look back at this and have my, I hope, future children, grandchildren laugh at this. Because I hope that, like, I think I am more financially literate, like, at least in the stock market and whatnot, than my parents are, but I hope my future kids, I mean, I really pray that they are way better than I am, because I'm not even good at it. But here I am just trading like as if I know what I'm doing. Um, but I do, again, not financial advice ever on my channel, but I make these videos to show also people, like, I at one point in my life, I was in a stage where I just felt really lost, and I felt like there was no way to ever break out of the 9 to 5 or break out of being poor, because I was always poor. And I just always felt like there's just no way out. 12 Rules of Life comes to mind again. So Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. I think there's this one part where he talks about, like, people who grow up poor have this mentality that they're always gonna be like that, and then so they, like, you just believe in this, or you make friends with people who are also, like, very broke, because you guys are all in the same broke neighborhood or whatever. This is not word for word, but I'm just giving you my interpretation of what he wrote. And so he says it's very hard, basically, to get out of that, and then, like, a lot of bad things happen when you're in a broke situation like that. And so for the longest time, I felt very lost and really bad about my life and myself and just everything. I was making lots of very bad financial choices. And so I hope these videos show you guys that I did not, like, my parents didn't give me money to trade. It's all my own hard-earned money from, like, a $20 per hour job that I had. And then I worked, like, basically my entire life. I worked when I was, like, 16 years old at a coffee shop by myself. Like, I worked many, many jobs, making money, like, minimum wage when I was, like, really young. It's just I always saved up money. I always tried to break out of this life that I felt like was hand that was dealt type of situation. And I feel like I have done it in the sense where I'm doing way better than I was 10 years ago. And way better than the future that I had felt stuck envisioning. Like, I couldn't even really envision a future, and the future that I envisioned was something that I really want. So I'm really glad that I broke out in that sense. Not to say I broke out, I'm like a multi-billionaire, because I'm not. Like, I'm not. I wish I was. There's still so much more that I want to be and I want to do, financially, but I am happy that I broke myself out of that, and I hope anyone who watches my videos just understands that I'm not, like, I'm not telling you what to trade. I'm not telling you to buy crypto. I'm not trying to tell you to, like, anyone to buy stocks or anything, but I'm just telling you there's other ways to make money, especially if maybe you are doing something that you are not entirely happy with, or you're not happy with your financial situation. There's always another route. Thanks, Dawn. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I just truly want to say, like, I don't know if I say it enough, because I just babble on most of my videos, and I don't think I say it enough. That I'm really, really grateful for every single one. I know everybody says this, like, every once in a while too, but I really mean it. I'm really happy when I see you guys commenting things, or even new folks in here, new subscribers, when you guys say that my videos make you happy, even if it's like a silly little like game filter video or whatever, it truly warms my heart. Like, I'm happy that in any way, shape, or form, like somebody smiled because of my content, something that came out of from my mind or my imagination or my creation. It's great. So thank you guys. And I appreciate you trying to support me on my second channel, this channel. It's amazing. So again, please make sure to like the video if you haven't already, subscribe. We're almost at 24,000 subscribers, I think. And my dream is to get to 100,000 subscribers one day, and then I I'm just trying to do it all. So obviously I have a second channel already, and that's crazy because I only have like 60 subscribers there, and I'm like, wow, it's hard to restart, but it's fine. I believe, and thank you guys for helping me gain hours over there. I'm gonna I'm gonna be chilling a long time with you guys in a bit over there. So I'm gonna hop over to that second channel, pin to the top of the stream, click it, spam a Subi Boo Boo. Hi, Lucy. Hey, everyone. Hit like and be subscribed. Thank you so much, Dawn. Appreciate you. Low Roller Scratcher. Hi there. Um, you find her. You understand how I feel and my reasons. Yeah. I mean, I can only share so much on the internet while respecting other people in my life and not kind of like outing them and their situations and using it for content, or even certain aspects from my life that I either don't want to share or don't feel like it's YouTube quality. Um, but yeah, you guys get it. You guys get it. So anyways, yeah, that's my current situation with GameStop, but I'm really happy that it's doing well. And I hope, because I like Roaring Kitty. I hope that he's just doing the same thing. And I'm pretty sure he's doing way better than me. He's probably doing like a lot of other techniques with options, right? Like, I'm just really doing the sell call option. That's it. Like, I don't know much else. I'm not doing much else with it. I know you can like sell call and then get premiums for trying to like buying the stock when it's at a low price, but I'm not doing that. I'm literally just selling cover call options the whole year, and it worked for me. So I'm not gonna forget this. Like, it worked out. And honestly, a piece of me, because I've been telling you guys that I want to sell, like, and I not just you guys, I tell this to my family and my friends. I'm like, I am going to sell everything in my portfolio if I have to buy a home before the end of this year. Like, that's a game plan. Even if it's December 31st that I cash out everything, it still counts. But the game plan is to sell everything, and then try to buy a home. So maybe I won't actually be able to find a home, because that's clearly, real estate is a very long process. Just as Warren Buffett states, it's much more complicated and there's so much negotiating going on with real estate in comparison to just like buying $1 billion worth of stocks in the stock market. Um, which is just, like, such a bummer. 'Cause sometimes I'm like, "Why is buying a house, like, so annoying?" Like, I know moving is annoying and all that, but I just really hope that for the future, like, I really pray that 30 years from now, buying a house is just much easier. It's like, "Hey, let me give you 1 Bitcoin." Okay, but that Bitcoin's gonna go into escrow, meaning the escrow company's not gonna give you my 1 Bitcoin until the house is empty, okay, and it's clean, and then obviously we have people in the middleman checking that the house is clean, that it's actually in the way that it was stated, the way that it was supposed to be sold. So you have your house inspection still, but then escrow's job is just to make sure all that stuff goes through, and then I clear it, and then I give you the 1 Bitcoin, and it's done. Like, I hope in the future, like, that's how real estate works. Maybe it'll take 20 plus years or 15 years, but I hope that that's the future, because right now the whole thing is just a little too slow for 2025, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, like, the game plan is to eventually sell everything, and then buy a place. But then obviously I don't actually want to cash out everything. I love trading, so I hope that I only have to clear like half my account and then keep the other half to trade, and then the other half to buy a place, maybe not full cash, maybe just have to get a mortgage, which really sucks. I don't like the word mortgage. Like, if you know what mortgage stands for, it's not a good thing. Um, yeah, people were expecting 100K back in 2021. 30% might be accurate, Don says, but it didn't hang at 69,000 for a very long. Um, yeah. Oh, wait. So anyway, so Bitcoin. Oh, how much is Bitcoin right now? Actually, let's look at the overall global crypto market cap. Again, I don't know. Let me know if there's any other reasons for crypto to be dropping, but to me, I'm just seeing it as like stocks dropped a bit, crypto dropped a lot, and we have Trump news. So, I mean, this is the headliner now. Trump threatens 50% tariffs on EU and 25 penalties on smartphones as his trade war intensifies. It's like, I wonder if he just has like a day planner that's like, this specific day now, we're going to release this news. And we're going to talk about this situation with this country having beef. Like, or now we're going to like shift the table on like Apple again. Like, I don't understand what's happening. But President Donald Trump on Friday threatened, this is from apnews.com, threatened a 50%. And again, it's a threat. It's not here yet. Threatened a 50% tax on all imports from the European Union, as well as 25% on smartphones, unless those products are made in America. And I know some people who don't really read into all this is like, yeah, that's great. Like, let's make stuff in America. But if you listen to Tim Cook on interviews on why he talks about China and why they even make stuff in China, he's like, it's not even the cheapest labor. He's like, literally, the dude's like, we make stuff in China because China is very high skilled in what they do. They haven't even been like, so China's not the cheapest place to make things anymore. And he said it had, this is an old interview I watched from probably like at least a couple years back when Tim Cook said this. And when he said this, he was saying how for like over a decade now, just China has not been the cheapest place to make iPhones, but they are the most skilled. And that's why they pay the money that they're willing to pay to China to go and make those products. And obviously, we know the population discrepancy between China and here is very, very different. And just to like kind of give you a perspective on how different it is, when I was in China last year for the summer vacay, I was at a KFC, and of course, I'm interested in how much money people make. I was just chatting with this girl who was helping me with my app because for some reason the KFC that I walked into that day would like they refused to take my money, like my actual RMB, yuan, whatever Chinese money. And they were like, "Oh, you have to use the app. You have to use the app that's in your WeChat app." And I was like, "What?" And so thank God there was this lovely girl that was helping me out with my payment to buy my chicken. And so while we're chatting, I was like, "Oh, I hope you don't like mind. I'm like, you don't have to tell me if you don't like want to." But in America, like people make, actually, I don't know. I think I just told her, like, a number. I was like, "They make, like, around $18 an hour?" I'm like, "I'm not really sure, but USD per hour." I'm like, "Do you mind telling me, like, how much in RMB, so Chinese money, that you guys make here per hour?" And she told me it was $17 an hour. So, this is, like, one location in KFC in Shanghai, which is one of the biggest cities in the world, in China. Um, and I was like, "Whoa, that's wild." Because 1 USD is about more than $7.30, I think, at the time when I went, in RMB. So $1 here is like $7, nearing $8 over there. So if she's making $17 RMB an hour, you gotta do 17 divided by 7.4, let's say. That's $2.29. This girl's making $2.29 USD an hour, doing the same job as anybody else at a McDonald's and KFC in America. So yes, the wage is different. But before you feel bad for her, all the prices are different there too. It's not like for a boba, she's paying like $20 USD for a boba, right? Like she's making her $17 an hour in RMB, but their boba there sometimes, I mean, there's Starbucks is still like 40 RMB a cup. So she's not buying Starbucks, I don't think. But in China, there's also their local like Chinese boba shops, and there's like $6, $7 bobas, which to me was like a dollar. So I was like on cloud nine. But for her, it's just like normal life. Like you would work here and maybe get like $17, $20 an hour, but your boba's costing you still like $7 a cup. In some places, $10 or more. So yeah, I forgot my point. Oh yeah, so my point is I don't think the Apple iPhones are going to be made in America anytime soon. And you have to think about like They're gonna have to build the factories, hire the people, teach them the skill, and like, okay, when are we ever getting our iPhones? Okay, because I'm waiting for right now. I think iPhone 16 is the newest one. I want the iPhone 17. Like that's the newest iPhone that I would like to have. I don't know when that's out. I heard maybe September of this year, or maybe it'll be next year. I don't know. My phone's I think it's like 14. This is the 14 one. So I want a newer one. And I like to wait a couple phones before I buy it. Like I don't need one every year. I want to feel like the difference. I want to feel the difference in like the camera. So hopefully the next one, the quality is like absolutely amazing. I heard that they might fold it and I don't really want them to fold the iPhone. I don't know why. Like I know people with like the Samsung folding ones. I don't know. I don't really like it. Let me know what you think if you're like excited that Apple's gonna have it like a folding phone. But I just want thin and like 3 hour battery, like not 3 hour, 3 day battery. I feel like paying thousands of dollars for a phone, and I can only imagine with all this tariff situation, even though it's gotten higher and then lower and whatever Trump decides. Um, I just I can't imagine things not being more expensive still. Just everything across the board is going to get more expensive. So, I don't know if he's a CEO or he's just like a big guy over there at Walmart, but somebody either in the board or like works at the top Walmart, I think did a interview recently. I think it was Bloomberg, but anyways, I watched a video on YouTube where somebody from Walmart, a representative, was talking about how in a few months or I think at least like the next coming 2 to 3 months, we're gonna see prices rise because of the tariffs, but what they're gonna do in order not for people to feel like an item, let's say from, China or, like, somewhere else being imported over here is going up by a crazy amount, because I think even now at 30 something percent, it's still high, right? So instead of having, like, an item that's from China just going up very, very high and then having the consumers feel it, they're just gonna increase prices, like, across the board, which to me is just like, that just means everyone's gonna feel it. So even if you didn't want to buy something that actually has the increase in the tariffs, you're now gonna be paying more because people like companies like Walmart is gonna want to well, in their defense, they want everybody to just kind of like they want to disperse the price increase, like, across the board. So maybe an item that doesn't actually have to raise prices now will raise a little bit of prices, and then that way it kind of makes things more even. I don't know. That's what I got from it. Do your own DD as usual. Um, DJ Larbuck says, I got iPhone 13 when it first came out, still rocking with it. Hey, I mean, do you want to see like this is my iPhone. This is my second phone. So I have two phones because I do like a lot of e-commerce work and it's just easier not to log in and out into like different accounts. And I just use two phones. And I now that I use two phones, like if anything, it's made me more wired all the time. Like my brain is just on all the time that I don't even like walk 10,000 steps or exercise enough. But like at the end of the night, I'm like so tired. And I realize I'm like, oh my God, it's all the screens. Like I'm on like two basically I have two small screens on. Like sometimes I'll just be using my phones at the same time. Like I'll be listing and then posting videos at the same time. And then I'll have the big screen on listening to a podcast or like watching a vlog or listening to like a K-pop song or whatever. So that's three screens, like constantly just like noise and sounds and just like thoughts going through my brain at all times. But this one is a I think this is a 10. This is so old. Like just look at the camera. But it still works. It works, but like I don't really make content on this. Sometimes I'll like, oh my God, the camera's so bad. Actually, I filmed like a little B-roll, like a little, like a video of a cat the other day. I have yet to upload it. If it does go somewhere, it'll probably go into my second channel, which I'm hopping over there in 2 seconds. But when I made the video, it's hilarious. I'm like, oh, this is grainy. Like, this is so grainy, like, and even at 1x, so just, like, normal when you turn on your video, it's so grainy, and then when I like, close up to it, because 'cause I'm gonna close in on the cat, it is extra grainy. So yeah, that it's just kinda funny, though. I kinda like it, because I feel like my iPhone, even though this is old, like, my iPhone 14, um, Plus Pro is way better in camera quality, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm like, I don't wanna see my pores, like, I don't wanna see my face, like, I don't wanna see all my impurities, like, up on the video that closely, which is weird because I know a girl with an iPhone 16 right now, and she tells me that the iPhone 16 video quality is actually makes you prettier, makes you better looking for some reason than the older ones. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just like some embedded beauty filter, which I don't think Apple cares about. But yeah. Oh, Don says I consistently leave casinos with profit. Wow, I don't know how you do that. That's amazing. Whenever I go to Vegas, I am out a couple hundred. Whenever I decide, like, if me and my ESO would go to like Vegas together, I will tell him like I'm gonna bring $500 to like slots or whatever, play other games, and then I just always end up losing it. I have yet to have built a proper mechanism for myself where I know some people have the self-control where, like, they'll bring, like, 1,000 or 500 and they'll lose, like, $200 and they still be able to walk away. I can't. If I have $1,000 on me, I will lose it all. If I have $5,000 on me, I will lose it all. Do I play any table games? Yes. So I have in the past played, like, 21. Wait, it's not called 21, is it? Blackjack. So I play blackjack and I've played baccarat. And I have won money in both and then end up losing in both. So I'm not very good at it. I mean, I've had my days where like I've made a lot and then it all ends up eventually being given back. The one game that I am very interested, I pretty much tried everything in Vegas. I lose at everything. But the one thing that I'm very interested in is poker, because poker is part skill. But I do play poker every now and then with friends, just like a little bit of money. So it's like I don't mind losing like $20 or $40 in a night. Like that's okay for me. But I've never done it like with strangers, just like at a casino, like for poker. But I really want to do that one day. Like I feel like just it's so intimidating because people there are so intimidating. But I'm getting more and more interested in watching like people play poker, just like those poker worlds, poker shows or whatever. So I think I want to watch more of that and then eventually play one day and just challenge myself. It's more of like a mental thing. Anyways, guys, I just want to say good luck on all your trades. Um, I I hope things go well, like with crypto. It's just a lot of up and downs right now. It's not that terrible. Okay, it did drop. Bitcoin went from 112,000, which I'm sure a lot of people were buying at 110,000, and now it's at 107,000. Ethereum dropped from like 2,700 to 2,500. Not that bad. I'd be sad again if it goes down to like 1,900, obviously, because my average is like 1,700. Dogecoin is back down to 22 cents. What's new there? It didn't really surpass, 30 cents or anything. But yeah, I think like I'll get more excited when I feel like it's more altcoin season or Dogecoin at least once it gets back up to like 35 cents and stays there because we really haven't gotten there in a very long time. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for joining in. Overall, I'm still very hopeful for crypto and stocks, despite Trump's, tariff backlash that he's giving. Um, Overall, I'm just like, I think 2025 is still good. Like, at least that's what I choose to believe in. But time will tell. I think that the biggest pop is yet to come. My hope is that we're going to see crypto just rise, rise, rise like we did in 2021 and really hit it off in September, October, November, that range. Um, but maybe it won't. Maybe it'll hit a new all-time high way before that and then actually crash during the winter time. These are just all things that you are risking. Like everything's risky when you're trading. Anyways, I am going to go and chat with you guys on my second channel on my bed because I'm tired of standing up. And I'm going to read my book, trying to gain my hours. So if you want to go and chill there and chat over there or whatever, pin to the top of the stream down in the description below. Please make sure to subscribe. And I'm going to start in like 5 minutes. Okay, bye. See you over there.